little they know, if they lose here, it means they have to go down to face off 2 other teams for that slot in towards the Challenge Finals.
Now there's a difference. Evo's Holy will be the first pick. Rebellion will be the second pick. So if Evo's Holy's, if Evo Holy want, they can actually get the Angela for themselves or just change up the draft. Try to get a Boxia early because I feel like, judging by how the performances of the tank jugglers has been, it does look like Boxia is a little bit stronger compared to the Fredrin that has been nerfed how many times now, and Barats hasn't been seen at all.
You know, it's interesting to see Baxia completely untouched, right? In the
Baxia was touched. He was balanced. He was like, the early game is a little bit weaker, but his damage reduction has increased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, at the same time, damage reduction means that he's still very relevant.
He's much tankier
fight, right?
than before.
Yeah. So, and I think when it comes to, you know, Skypiercer being introduced into the game, like Skypiercer's intention was to kind of shut down low HP outplays, which we see from Benedetta, heroes like Paquito, you know, 1 HP clutch situations. Paquito takes it on a different level. Like, he's going to be able to tank everything to a point that I don't think the Skypiercer's threshold is going to be able to hit him because of how high his damage reduction is in the early game.
Honestly, Paquito is a good hero to use the Skypiercer as
yeah,
well.
for
So
sure.
honestly, it's like Paquito is a very strong hero, but it looks like teams haven't been willing to use him just yet. And honestly, looking at the performance of Yuzong looks pretty strong, man. I feel like it is going to be a very, like, as strong as Yuzong was before, much stronger now with the Warcry. And if teams want to use the War Axe on Yuzong, honestly, even better. You know, more penetration. The only thing that he's missing out is the movement speed compared to Hunter Strike, but some teams are willing to take that trade.
Huh. This is interesting coming from Evo's Holy. They switch up the drafts a little bit here. This time they prioritize on banning the Florin. And now Angela, you know, still up for grabs here. Do they want to deny it away from Rebellion? Or do they want to try and take the Valentina as a safety net in this game here? But if you guys missed out on the previous draft here, we did see a little bit of mix up coming in. Export being let through. Oh, okay, makes a lot of sense now that why they didn't go for the Expo. Expo was actually banned in the early phase of the game. In game 1.
Okay, I didn't see that, so
yeah, I didn't see that too.
But either ways, Angela first pick, denying Angela and Baxia combo. I feel like Baxia is still a good pick so that you lower the healing as well as the shield generated by the Angela. But this time, having an Angela does allow you to pick up the Fredrin if you want to use a tankier jungler. Or this time, if you want to go back on the Alpha, it's a little bit better because you have the help of Angela. So I feel like fighters with the Angela does feel more like a tank, so it's pretty good as well.
What are your thoughts on the new patch on Matilda Barras? Because, you know, I don't think it's that much changes, except for Barras getting nerfed a little bit here. But from
I mean, we haven't seen Barats at all. We've seen Matilda.
I seen one game yesterday, but didn't really do too well. Like, he was able to win the game though against a Fanny, but that's against Monster Vicious, right?
Okay, I think I didn't see that game, but the games that I've casted, I haven't seen a Barras just yet, so really hard to talk about that kind of matchup. Looks like the Yuzong is gonna get picked up early by Evo's Holy, and Brands is gonna get his signature Claude. But going up against a Roger, it is gonna be a difficult matchup if D is feeling like a bully today.
Oh, I like the idea that Evo's Holy is focusing on the NetherRealm in this game, right? In the previous game, they were struggling to actually deal with it here. You talked about the Lapu Lapu being the solution for the NetherRealm, but this time, doubling down Claude as well as the Yuzong is a great way to deal with it. But the problem here is they might not get the Valentina this game.
Yeah, but why? They could have picked up the Valentina, but I guess they really prioritize on the Claude, and maybe they have the idea that this Angela is going to go mid anyways. Baxia gets picked up by Rebellion.
No.
So
here we go.
Yeah, here we go again. Rebellion starting with a very strong 3 pick. Evo's Holy has a strong 3 pick as well. I feel like they really don't want to run the risk of the Claude getting banned out. But again, the matchup between Claude and Roger is won by Roger. If the Roger can hit the Claude a few times. If the Claude is able to survive, then I guess his skills a little bit better, but I don't know. I'm feeling more for Rebellion for this one.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think the problem that we kind of saw was that did they want to mirror the healing composition for Angela, right? Like, they couldn't really draft it as well. They didn't decide to go for Matilda. They didn't go for for maybe even a Rafaela to a certain degree to kind of force somewhat of healing here. Even the Minotaur was kind of completely ignored by Evo's Holy. But this time, I want to see how Rebellion takes this approach. Because now, no healing, Florian's out, means Angela is going to be in the pool. Do they force the Minotaur up on Rebellion to make sure they have somewhat of a sustainability?
Actually, I feel like Minotaur is a very good shout for Rebellion. I feel like EVHL, if they want to ban a hero, actually banning out the Minotaur could be good because the Minotaur can counter the Claude as well as the Yuzong. The moment they go in, just use the Minnow and Fury, and then they all get knocked up and gives a lot of time for the Roger to reposition. So, but they themselves ban it out, so they have something else in mind.
Okay.
What do they want like a Grok?
Okay, so I think EVO's Holy has played this before, where they decide to go either for the Minotaur, to play like a full heal composition, right? Like look at this, Yuzong, insane sustains, Angela, insane sustains. With the Minotaur, it sets up a tempo where if the Boxer goes in to try and offset the anti-heals, he is not getting anything out with those stuns with Minotaur. So I think that's the idea that Rebellion just doesn't want to deal with if they decide to go for that route, so which is something that they are known for.
Yeah, so now what does EVO's Holy ban out? Do they ban out something like the Edith? Because again, Paquito is a very good ban. We talked about it in CC. Completely forgot about the CC as well. So now what does Rebellion want to pick here? In terms of roamer, I guess the Grok is still open if they want that. Quite a lot of aggression, and it can potentially deal with the Claude whenever the Claude wants to go in.
I think the biggest problem right now for Rebellion is that how do they kill this dragon, right? Like, Roger is not exactly the greatest to deal with the dragon just because he's going to be finishing people in melee form. So you need somebody to actually poke him from afar. In this case, I don't think there's a lot of junglers that can do that unless they go for like an assassin, which I don't think with the Hearts Guard is going to be able to burst somebody down. But they go for the Edith. Edith was banned in the previous game, so that is going to be the XP Edith coming from Rebellion.
So he was Holy again.
Unless this is a roam Edith.
I guess it could be a roam Edith.
Yeah.
I guess they pick it up just so that they can see what the rest of the composition for EVO's Holy is going to look like before making a decision. Because again, quite a lot of roams are still open. Quite a lot of EXPs are still open as well. They can pick up. Again, I've been mentioning him. Terizla is a good shout. If they want to pick up something like a Ruby as well, maybe fight sustain for sustain.
I think Ruby is something that EVO's Holy might consider because of the amount of sustains they bring to the table, right? So the question here is, who is going to be the mage? Because if they go for Ruby roam, who's going to be the mage? Who's going to be jungle?
Oh wait.
Yeah. They're doubling down on the Alpha, but this time with Angela, but they bring in the Tigra. So that means this is a Angela mage for EVO's Holy. Yay or nay?
I feel like if there's an Angela, then the Alpha is okay. It's just that their early game is really dependent on the Alpha. If the Alpha does well, then okay, because they can't rely on their mage to really deal a lot of damage here. So
I'm not liking this rough. Like, I like the idea that EVO's Holy is going for, but they just don't have enough of magic damage to deal with Rebellion. Like all Rebellion needs to do is just itemize physical defense, and they're good. Like, the only one that can pierce through that is pretty much the Alpha with the true damage, but even then, so what? You know? They get the Matilda, so they do have the sustains now, as well as the escape mechanics. And, I don't know. I like Rebellion's drop a little bit more this time.
Yeah, again, I kind of feel like we both feel the same way because Rebellion's draft is a little bit more straightforward, easier to execute, where EVO's Holy, they put conditions on themselves. Like, if they hit the conditions, then of course it's going to be looking good. If, say, Annabelle wins the turtle and then gets 1 or 2 kills because he has the protection from the Angela, he's able to move forward, especially Fluffy gets a 3-man Petrify, and then everything will be looking good because if the Alpha is able to snowball, then the Alpha looks absolutely amazing. But again, it's a lot of conditions. If you hit the conditions, you're good. If early game, somehow Rebellion wins the fight on EXP, then it's probably going to be Rebellion's game.
I'm curious to see, does Rebellion get full Purifies here because of this play, right? But now with the Matilda, Purify isn't that bad of an issue. Like, you still have a get out of jail free card coming in from Rebellion. Whereas EVO's Holy, they're banging on them going for Purifies. And yes, I was right. Triple Purifies on Rebellion here. Oh boy, it's going to be a tough game for EVO's Holy, but we shall see. Ladies and gentlemen here, this is going to be LCQ. Game number 2, EVO's Holy going up against Rebellion. Rebellion here to fight on whether who will be advancing into the upper bracket finals for this match. EVHL versus Rebellion.
For this game, I really want to see how each player will be playing the side lanes, because for EVHL, they want their EXP to be winning quite a lot. For Rebellion Esports, they want their gold laner to win by quite a lot. So Rebellion as well as EVHL, they have an early win condition when it comes to the laning phase that they want to achieve. The difference is Rebellion, even if they don't achieve that win condition, the game still looks relatively okay for them compared to EVHL, where they're a little bit more reliant on their EXP winning the match.
Huh. What happened to Sway Low? He popped his Purify rather early as well. So that's a... I think it may be Dream trying to offset it here with the drag, but at the same time, it feels like Rebellion Esports just doesn't really need to do much. They just need to react to what EVHL is doing right now. But speaking of reaction here, they are going to force an issue with Fluffy, able to get a little bit of harassment, but they just don't have the damage right now.
Now, I feel like it's just to make sure that EVHL can't go heavy onto cars. It's just like, okay, I'm here. You guys should know that I'm here. If you guys want to fight, we're all ready. Because we know you guys want your EXP to win. So this is on Rebellion Esports, understanding the win condition for EVHL and preparing for it.
Well, speaking of preparation here, EVHL and Rebellion Esports, they have been focusing on the XP lane to make sure either the Roll or the Mage gets those XP. And guess what? They're able to react this time. Not this time, Rebellion. We know what's up. Game 1, you did it to us, but not this time. But it seems to me, oh no, mistakes were made. Fluffy right at the edge. Cars was able to pull him back right at the edge where the tower is able to do enough damage to kill him off. Oh my goodness, it happened the first time, but this time, Rebellion Esports, a different variation.
It happened again. It's on the same person as well.
Oh boy.
Now, cars can say, like, with or without you, Zong, it doesn't matter. You're losing the lane. Dreams tries to make a play here.
Implosion comes in, wants to reset this. Swaylo secures the turtle. Here comes the dragon coming in, trying to isolate the fight. But NetherRealm is there to keep them all healthy. They get the full reset. Guess what? Heartgun is about to expire. Annabelle is trying to best kill off guards, but the primer up coming in. He's buying so much time. He was able to survive, but now Fluffy almost dying there. He narrowly escapes, but he's going to be able to get out there. Rebellion Esports 2-1. Seems to be a closer match than the previous game.
Yeah, definitely closer. This time is a good thing that Fluffy was able to get a kill, so they equalize a little bit in terms of the EXP matchup. Fluffy almost died there. If he died, I don't think it's going to be worth it. And now he was going down to the bottom lane to make sure that the goal lane is going to be won.
Oh boy. Now, speaking of winning the fights here, because as of now, based on this engagement on both sides here, Rebellion, they have to be a little bit more cautious, because as we had, they may have win the gold economy, but EVHL seems to be having a little bit of fight in early game because of all this sustains because in this early fight.
Yeah, especially because, again, we can't forget how much damage that the Yuzong can deal now with the Warcry. Looks like I don't think he will change the build so much. I feel like he's going for a Hunter Strike still. Looking at the Roger, he's going for a Windtalker, not going for the Sky Piercer. So I guess they understand they're not going to be winning that lane as hard, so they don't prioritize that item.
Oh, interesting. To see a little bit of adaptations has been made, right? But top side, we do see a little bit of a ding 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 round 2, right? Fluffy might be in a little bit of trouble. Going for a stun. Fluffy was able to bait something out. So they forced reactions coming in. Rebellion not going to be able to capitalize on this, but Audi is going to recall back out to safety. So they are going to be prepping for this next turtle.
Yeah, it looks like Fluffy understands Car's movement now, because it's like, okay, if you're jiggling this way, you're probably thinking of wanting to gank me. But now the turtle is gonna spawn. Looks like both junglers are prime and ready to start the turtle. Just that in terms of the numbers, looks like Rebellion Esports, they're going to be moving towards the turtle a little bit faster compared to EVHL.
Oh, EVHL needs to drop it quick as well. The rest of Rebellion is here. Black Dragon has been used to try and zone off Winston. His focus is going to make sure he doesn't get this retribution, but he still gets it anyway. They're all clumped up. Brands gets a free blazing duet to try and zone them up, but they just don't have the damage. Fluffy not able to get on top of Rebellion. He is going to take a little bit too much damage here. Sway Low with the Ghostbusters. My goodness, just 2 targets is all he needs. And Clockloon and Fluffy is too scared to commit. And now tier 1 in the hands of Rebellion here. Everything that could have went right for EVHL just completely went wrong in that fight.
Yeah, I don't know who dealt the most damage, but looking at what Skrelo did with the Ghostbusters, we have to assume it was him. Because again, the EVHL was an okay kind of engage. Oh, Oddity goes on to Brands. A little bit below half HP, but again, he does not have the Sky Piercer, so he's not going to be fully engaged onto anyone just yet. Oh, but Vincent and Skrelo is here.
Vincent, he's thinking he wants Clockwood, he wants to stop the hard gun before he commits as well. NetherRealm comes in. Wait, the Tortoise was songs. Wait, Clockwood, he can't even get out. Now Implosion comes in, but it's a little bit too late. He's going to try Dragon under the turret here, but the NetherRealm is going to keep him alive, and he's going to be able to get out. A drive-by hit and run by Vincent.
I feel like we saw this yesterday, where whenever an Angela is picked up, the opposing side just picks up a Boxia and do exactly the same thing. Just hard engage onto the Angela, and there's legit nothing much the Angela can do. The buff on the Tortoise Poissons, or the passive, makes it so that the Boxia barely receives any damage, even against marksmen. So, yeah, I don't know. Based on the patch, I kind of feel like of all the tank junglers, Boxia got the most love.
Yeah, but speaking of which here, damage leaderboard here, Skrele's got 20,000 just 6 minutes into the game. So he's doing a decent amount of damage, and EVHL slowly fluttering away in terms of sustainabilities, because as of yet, I do see Blade Armors up on Vincent as well. So that means the physical damage from EVHL in this upcoming fight is not going to be very relevant, especially when Brands won't be able to sustain the Blade Armor's burst.
Yeah, the meta update as well. A lot of heroes are prioritizing. Oh,
before that, oh goodness, circling Eagle into Dream, no implosion, and now the Enduro comes in. The Dragon just completely ignored Brands. Finally drops the Blazing Duet, but he's taking a lot of damage himself. He needs to be a little bit careful here. Turtle in the hands of Vincent once more, but EVHL, they lost 4. Everyone is crumbling. They don't have damage. Brands, he needs to run. The last auto attack, Windtalker not going to be able to proc him, so that's not going to be the wipeout. But the damage is done once more. Rebellion, they get absolutely everything for absolutely nothing.
That was basically a wipeout, because like you said, almost everyone from EVHL gets taken down, and Rebellion did not have to trade anyone. Dude, Skrelo on this Faramis is so dangerous. EVHL, the #2 team of MPL Indonesia, is crumbling against Rebellion.
Oh no, this is not looking good. Glowing one up on Skrelo is gonna completely further negate Clockwood's relevance in terms of sustain here. Rather early in this game, indeed, he doesn't even have the Sky Piercer, baby. He doesn't even need it, because right now, look at him. Windtalker, Endless Battle, and the Malefic Roar, just 8 minutes into the game.
I feel like with Sky Piercer better, but the thing is, look at the items. Brands only has 1. And,
oh no.
And D has 3.
Yeah.
That's a very big difference. 2,230 gold difference. And now Cars having the Blade Armor as well. The interaction with Blade Armor nowadays is pretty crazy, that a lot of tank junglers are actually picking up Blade Armor as the very first item, completely denying this attack speed heroes.
Oh no, Brett's is not going to have a good time at all. His Blazing Duet is going to get reflected, not just by 1, but 2 heroes here. It's going to be Vincent as well as Cars. Oh boy, this is not looking good for EVHL in this draft, because Rebellion is looking to try and continue the journey, but because now Annabelle, we do see the Brute Force Breastplate, which I don't think is going to help him out that much anytime soon.
Yeah, something about this Alpha. I know he's a good hero, I know he's a strong hero, but something about EVHL, they haven't been able to make it work just yet. Annabelle has been struggling on that hero, even with an Angela, unable to really make it work, unable to do enough against Rebellion Esports, where even though they have answers towards this Faramis, the Faramis still is doing very, very well.
Yeah, it is indeed. Skrelo just dishing the most amount of damage, right? Like, he's going to be the guy that EVHL is going to be trying to focus on, but what can he do? They've got triple Purifies. The implosion of a Dreams just hasn't been able to find the perfect catch yet for them to actually set up this fight. And I think Rebellion now, with the Lord crashing in, they are going to try and make an attempt, but can they chip away this tier 3? They need to somehow defend. Vincent is going to try and jump on Fluffy first. The Toys was on to try and clear the minions, but tier 3s will fall. Looking to try and traverse a little bit more. EVHL clears the minions rather clearly. even forcing the retreat up top. So that is going to be a big plus, but the Lord's still holding on as long as they can. But the damage done. Rebellion, they took one. Looking forward to trying for an attempt again, but Evo's just has to just back out. They can't really overcommit to this fight.
Right now, Rebellion, they're just poking away against Evo's Holy because no matter how much sustain they have, they can't deal with this much damage. And looks like even the Yuzong is taking quite a lot. He has to back away. Rebellion, they're not dropping back. Look at their HP.
Oh, Implosion 4-man comes in, but the Veteran comes in, saves the day, and they cannot do anything. They're getting completely dropped. Annabelle trying to dish as much damage as possible. They're not able to get a single kill. Instead, Cars is able to trade him off. Dreams, Annabelle down. Cars now with the Primal Round, and the guiding with the save is there. Now they are going to come in once more. Fluffy is dead. Mega kill for D. Crystal exposed. 5 men still alive. They're trying to top up. They're trying to reset. They're trying to close out the game. But Evo's Holy trying their best. Brands tries to come in, but he drags back in. He's dead. It's over. Rebellion Esports takes the first series against Evo's Holy. The first finalist for the LCQ upper brackets.